Hi everybody, Claudia here with Healthy Preparedness. This is my husband John, who is kind of like the Ionic-Nano silver expert. He's done tons of research, more than I even have, on using silver solutions or what a silver solution is. And in this video I just wanted to talk about one of the products that we sell, and it's this silver generator right here. This silver generator makes what we call an Ionic-Nano silver solution. And this solution that it makes, it's been found to be molecularly comparable to other silver solutions that are on the market, like your nano silver solutions that you can find on the market. And people are using those for all kinds of things. For us personally, this is a solution that we use probably more than other natural or holistic remedies in our home. So we use it for things like eye infections and ear infections and sore throats and disinfecting wounds, and even things like food poisoning or even sunburns or bug bites. There's so many different ways to use this effective nano silver solution. And we love that we have the ability to make a half a gallon of it in only 30 to 40 minutes. So that's what this does. But before we go on, I have a lot of people ask me questions about what is the difference between an ionic silver solution or a nano silver solution. Is there a difference, and what kind of solution does yours make, and why does it matter? And I think John would be able to answer that better than I would. So if you don't mind, do you want to talk about that for a minute?
Okay, I'll try not to make it too confusing.
Don't make it confusing.
You always accuse me of making it confusing.
I know you do.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
So anytime you make a silver solution, there's two parts to it. There's ionic and there's colloidal. Okay? Colloidal refers to the actual physical particles or the chunks that are in there. Ionic refers to the charged particle that you can't see. So colloidal you can see, ionic you can't see. Nano refers to the size of the colloidal particles. So anytime you make there's a ratio between the ionic and the nano or colloidal particles. We call this an ionic silver solution generator because it creates a primarily ionic silver solution. So it's mostly ions in there with a few, or proportionally a few, colloidal nano-sized silver particles.
That's good.
Is that good?
That's good, yeah.
Okay.
That's good. So, yeah, the cool thing, I had mentioned that it's been found to be molecularly comparable to other silver solutions out there on the market, and that there was research done by 2 different universities that found that to be the case. And so I really loved that because it just helped us know what we were creating here and how effective it would be. Over time, we've found it to be effective for all kinds of health issues because we've just used it for those things over time, and so we see that it works just as good as the stuff we buy from the store.
Let me add in one more thing, though.
Okay.
So everybody who sells some sort of silver solution online or anywhere, they always market it as the best solution out there. And while their arguments are probably true, my attitude towards silver solutions has always been this. It's that if you can't afford the silver solution in such a way that you use it on a regular basis or use it when you actually need it, the best silver solution on the market actually does you no good because you're not going to use it when you need it, and you're not going to be you may not even buy it in the first place, so it may not even be available to you.
And you won't use enough of it
and you won't
to
use
make
enough
a difference. Because I just remember when I had Lyme disease, I was using nano silver for quite some time. I would switch between all the different remedies that I was using so that the Lyme bacteria couldn't become resistant to whatever I was giving it. And I needed to give myself at least 1/4 a cup to 1/2 a cup of the silver. And we didn't have the silver generator at that time. I wish we would have. We didn't know about it, but I just remember I was just so hesitant even using that much because I just felt like I was pouring money down my throat. It did help, it was effective until I needed the next remedy, but now with this system, it just, what does it cost?
Yeah.
Pennies maybe? If
yeah,
even?
you're like penny, like the cost of distilled water. You can buy distilled water for $1 a gallon, and so you're paying penny. It's just so cheap to make it yourself, and so it's beyond me why you would even want to purchase something that costs you $20 for maybe an 8-ounce bottle when you can make a gallon of it for $1. It doesn't make any sense. And in our own experience, it works every bit as good. We've used it for all sorts of things, you know, pink eye, colds, nebulizing
sore
it,
throats, and just disinfecting wounds, and
everything.
Putting it in a spray bottle is always
works.
nice. We keep that in our first aid kit, and it's just easy to put that on an insect bite or spray a wound down with it, or put it on a sunburn. Like John just got a sunburn as we were at a lake a couple days ago, and he was spraying himself down with silver, and it works great for lots of different. I mean, in my book Beyond Wheat and Weeds, I have pages worth of information about how to use a nano silver solution, or ionic. Sorry, I always switch the term nano and ionic. Hopefully that's not confusing you too much. So I'm just going to say silver solution. But in my book Beyond Wheat and Weeds, there are pages that explain how to use a silver solution in all kinds of different ways. So the way we came across this, because initially we never planned on selling our own silver generator. When I wrote Beyond Wheat and Weeds, I was telling everybody use ASAP. It was a name brand. Nano silver solution, and I love that company, and I still do. Since then I've created a video telling people, hey, go use a different brand called Silver Immune Booster, because you get double the amount for the same amount of money. But now, I mean, since we've come across this system and we made improvements to it, it's obviously way cheaper to spend a small chunk of money and then be able to make your own silver for the rest of your life. But the way we came across it is we became friends with a retired electrical engineer, and he had worked on creating a basic nano silver, I'm not even going to say nano, silver solution generator that makes this silver solution. And he'd worked on that for about 20 years. And he'd really fine-tuned it, and he taught us how to make it and gave us permission to use that system and make any improvements we wanted to make on it. So there are a couple improvements that you made on it, and do you want to explain what those are? Because I think they're pretty cool. So what are they, John?
So some of the improvements to the original design is basically how the power is fed into it. And how it circulates the water. The water has to circulate. This uses an internal pump, and before it used an air pump to circulate the water. I found that an internal pump does a better job, is quieter, and uses less power. I changed it to two USB power ports so that you could plug it in to a single spot on your wall. This is just a regular USB power supply that you would use for your mobile devices, and both of them can plug in there at a single time, and you're running the entire silver generator off of that. And in addition to that, if you ever want to go mobile with it, you can use a power bank. So this is a solar powered power bank that comes with the silver generator and allows you to make silver anywhere you can take this bottle. It's a really valuable thing to have, and so that's why I included it, so you can put it so you can make silver wherever you are.
So basically you can either plug it into your wall or plug it into a solar battery, and I think that's pretty cool because it gives you those two options. And then one other thing that we've included with it is an EMP bag, so you can put all the electrical components in this bag to protect it from possible EMP, what would you call it, strikes?
Yeah, we have a lot of people who buy this who are preppers.
Yeah, and we're into preparedness stuff, and we love our system and want to know that it will work under almost any condition, and it will. And
you could say that it is the most prepper-friendly silver solution generator on the market.
Right.
There isn't anything
and one
that
thing that I
compares
think that you should cover is how does it compare to other silver generators on the market? John's the one who's done way more research than I have. So he's definitely the person to be talking about this. But what have you found as to how it compares to other silver generators on the market?
First of all, it's cheaper compared to how much you can make at a single time. One of the important distinctions between this one and other ones on the market is this uses plates rather than wires. And the reason why this one uses plates instead of wires is because there's a ratio between the surface area of the electrodes, or these plates, and the volume of water that's circulating around it that you're making at that time. So this uses a plate system rather than a wire system. This allows you to get smaller, nano-sized particles rather than larger particles. When you study silver, you'll find out that the smaller the physical colloidal particle is, the better it is for your general health, or the more effective it is as an antibacterial solution. So first of all, this one uses plates. And then inside of it, we have an internal pump that circulates the water. This keeps the water circulating around really nicely, because if the water is stagnant, the particles get bigger in between the plates, so you got to keep it circulating.
So other systems don't have that.
A lot of them do have that.
Okay.
But some of them use air. This one uses an internal pump. The other thing that, when comparing it to other systems, is that these plates don't ever wear out. A lot of them you'll find that the plates or the wires have to be replaced after a certain amount of time. These don't. It's never going to wear out in your
Right. So some people have asked
lifetime.
me, do the plates really never wear out? They just don't understand how that's possible when they've seen other colloidal silver generators on the market, because you have to replace those wires every few months or so, depending on how often you use it. But let me just tell you here that the gentleman who taught us how to make the original design, he has used the same plates for over 20 years, and he uses his silver solution every single day. So that's something to keep in mind, that the plates really will never wear out. There's some ways that you need to take care of the plates just by wiping them down after you've used the system. But the whole system, we include a information packet that just tells you about silver and how to use this system. And we also include a video, an instructional video, to show you how to take care of your system, how to make the solution. And really there's a small learning curve to making the solution, but really once you do it 1 or 2 times, you'll totally get it, and it'll be quite easy to make. So this particular generator makes...
Hold on, let me back up a little bit. You cut me off.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I cut him off. Oh, keep going.
One of the other important distinctions between this and other systems that are on the market is the speed at which it does it. So within about 20 to 30 minutes, you can make a half gallon. It takes a lot longer with other systems. So the speed at which it does it is really, I love how fast it makes it. So within 20 minutes worth of time, a little bit of prep work, you got a half gallon of silver that just costs you the cost of distilled water. Another important distinction is how mobile it is. Having it be USB powered, you can plug this into this power bank or anywhere. You can plug it into your computer and still be able to run this. It's a great way to have it just be totally flexible and adaptable to any situation that you would be in. And let me throw in a plug for this pamphlet that we send with it as well. Not only does it have step-by-step picture instructions on how to set it up, but it also has a wealth of information that we've included based on our own experience of using silver. It has a troubleshooting guide, a frequently asked question guide, everything just about the use of silver and the use of this system in making your own silver solution. Now back to you, Claudia.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for interrupting you. That is good. We have been excited to learn about our system and compare it to other people's systems. And when we realized just how easy it is to use it and the benefits that this has compared to other systems, it's exciting to us. And like I said, we love using the solution. You know, it makes half a gallon in 30 to 40 minutes, so you have half a gallon of an Ionic-Nano silver solution in 20 to 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say 30 minutes. This is what you get when you record with the husband and wife team. Okay, so 30-ish minutes, right? Sometimes 20 minutes, in as little as 20 minutes. It does depend on sometimes, and the reason why is because it depends on the quality of the distilled water, and it also depends on the temperature of the distilled water. So that sometimes can affect how long it takes for the silver solution to be ready. And you'll know when it's ready based off of what your parts per million meter is telling you. When you dip it in, you look at it. I'll just say here, I say this in my classes, I've probably said it in my book, but The 5 to 10 parts per million range is where you want that solution to be. In the research that I've done and the studies that I've come across that showed nano silver solutions to be effective against specific viruses or protecting the cell, it was in the 5 to 10 parts per million range. Researchers found that if they went over 10 parts per million, that it was less effective at protecting the cell from invading viruses. So that's always the range that we keep it in. We usually stop at about 8 or 9 and use the solution at that point. So,
And I will add
yes.
that the lower the parts per million, the higher the ionic. And there are a lot of studies out there that show that the ionic silver solution is more of an effective antibacterial solution than the colloidal one. So keeping it the low parts per million is what keeps a high ionic percentage in the solution.
Okay, so if you purchase the silver generator from us, what you will be getting is a half-gallon mason jar along with the, let me unscrew it, I'm screwing the wrong way, the silver plates and the stainless steel plate, along with the little attachment at the top that keeps the plates separated. You'll also get the internal pump that's in here, plus the, what's this called, USB?
Power adapter.
Power adapter. You'll get the parts per million meter, the EMP bag, the solar battery, the instructional booklet, plus an instructional DVD, and the power cord. So those are all the parts that will come with your system. We highly recommend reading through the booklet, watching the video, but if you have any other questions, do let us know. We're happy to answer them. We want you to be able to make that silver generator solution. And so many people who have it, they just tell me how much they love having this. So you can go purchase the silver generator at the link below this video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining this video.
You're welcome.